Hey Hogs, this is our individual period, us doing our double team drill. Um, when I grew a brain, I realized I needed to back up more, so I can get more of your feet, your footwork as well. I started off a little too close here, but I'm really looking at our pad level. I'm looking at our hands. I'm looking to see if we have four eyes on the linebacker, and if we are hitting the hip on the drive block, if we're getting underneath the guy as this base block, are we moving our feet? Is the right guy coming off? Everything that we're trying to work on this drill with this guy slanting, okay, and this guy either blitzing or flowing over the top. So here, remember, we are running power to the left, okay, and we are blocking back our back gaps here. So we have a double team, and this linebacker is most likely going to be flowing that way because that's where the play is going, okay? So let's watch the drive guy first. Okay, the pad level's not too bad here. He did slant into you, so it's harder to get on the hip. Okay, but the pad level's good. Mosman, this is a good readjustment. So Mosman takes his first step. He sees he slants this way, so he takes his second step to readjust to try to get in front. And for the most part, our hips are pretty tight right there. That's a good job, Mosman. I'd say you're a little too high as well, but we do a good job trying to throw him into your gap. And then good, Tommy comes off. And then, yep, we can block him into out because that ball could readjust itself back inside. But Mosman, look how you stand up here at the end. You're the tallest guy on the field. I do not see that wide gator walking Demeter. I need to see that wide base just like Tommy has here. Okay. I need to see that wide base. You're running now. And when you're as tall as you are, that's bad news. Okay. You need to have a wide base, strong legs. We can't be running. Next one. Okay. Both guys are too high. So Braden, notice how he's underneath you. You need to drop your butt and you need to get your shoulders under his. Okay? It's a tough deal, but all you need to do is squat and lunge. I do like how you're leading with your hands. That's nice. Okay? But you need to be a lot lower in order to block that guy, okay? Alton, you also need to get lower down on the hip. Okay, we're too high here, but we do get the right guy off. So remember here, we're running the play to the right. This is power to the right. We're blocking our backside. Oh, shoot. We're blocking our backside gap. Okay. Blocking our backside gap. Most likely this guy's going to flow over the top that way. Now, if he does something crazy like he does here, if he flows backside, okay, if he does not threaten your gap, if he's not downhill like this into your gap, we just stay on the double team. We could just stay right here. As soon as he threatens your gap, that's when you come off. You want to come off on the last second. Okay. As soon as you can reach out and touch the linebacker. So this is too early. Be patient. Stay here. Nope, stay. You should still be here. Stay until you can physically reach out and touch the linebacker. That's when you want to get off and block him. Do not leave early. Okay. Also, Alton, you want to stay on this side of him, right, bud? You want to keep your leverage because the play's going that way. Okay. Watching here. Uh, Chase, we're too high. Tommy, we're too high. You stand right up right here. You see, you need to be underneath him. Your helmet should be right there in his chest plate. Okay. You are using your hands. I want to see you roll your hips into him more. Notice how you just pop straight up. I want to see you get underneath and lift that way. I want to see you lift that way. Okay. And then Chase, you get off. The hip is still there. We're too high. We need to be down on the hip. And you do not come off this double team until that hip has disappeared. If we just let our linebacker go, that's what we have to do. If that hip does not disappear, then we stay on the double team. See, now I grew a brain and backed up. Okay. I'm a little confused here. Hmm. I think So whoever here is messed up. So we should be blocking our backside gap. Okay, so Gabe, we should be trying not to let this guy get across our face here. I know it's tough because he gets way over there. Um, if that's the case, we're probably going to end up running the ball here off that. Okay, that's kind of a weird deal. Okay, Chase, once again, you're too high. You need to get underneath the more. You need to sit down lower. You need to fire off the ball harder. Okay, 1, 2, and then lunge. Okay, there's no lunge. It's just we're kind of tentative with our hands. We can't give up penetration. We got to get underneath them and drive our feet. Okay, Elliot, this is a good job. His hip disappears, so then you work up. The one thing is that we don't want to cross our feet over right there. We want to have a wide base. Okay, we don't want to step underneath ourselves, and then we work up to the backer. Okay, Gabe, we're way too high. You see this? He gets underneath your shoulder, so he is able to rip underneath you and move you. We cannot give up this much penetration because see how it throws off the double team. Okay. So Trent, your pad level is okay. I'd love to see you lower on the hip. Okay, but we don't need to come off. Remember, we should be staying on this double team. Stay on the double team. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. Okay, we can stay on this double team. We stay on it until that hip disappears. If we let the linebacker go and make the tackle, that's what we do if this hip is not moved. Okay, we need to take care of the first level first. See, he just made the tackle and you're taking off after the linebacker. Okay, good. Ife, I'd like you even lower on the hip. Elliot, I like to see you lower, and I'd love to see you roll your hips. I do like how you readjust to get back in front of him when he slants. Okay, but Ife, it's a good job pushing the hip over, and once it disappears, then you work up. Okay, we're stepping. Trent, I'd love to see you go 1, 2. I want to see you foot fire with your feet. Okay, I want to see you foot fire because your feet are too slow here. Okay, I'd love to see you go boom, 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 boom. Okay, fast foot fire with your feet. So you're not late on taking him on. He's in your gap now, Trent, so you should be down blocking him. He slants to your gap, so you should be down blocking him and driving him now. Once you see him step to your gap, now you need to drive him. Don't worry about him anymore because that guy's in your gap, so you need to drive him out of the way. Okay? Now, Molitor, look at your feet. This is why I say we shuffle and we do not cross our feet over. Because look what happens when you make contact. You are in no place to make good contact, and that's why Alton blows you up a little bit. You need to shuffle down, shuffle, shuffle. That way your feet are nice and wide and square so you can take on this linebacker right away. Okay, Molitor, you should look like um, the way that Burke does here. Okay, he shuffles down. Now he's ready to take this on. Okay, with a wide base. Okay, Ife, Trent, this is what you should look like here. Okay, foot fire your feet. So foot fire your feet, and then once that guy goes to your gap, then you're down blocking him. Okay. Okay, watching here. Good. We should stay on this double team. Oh, guys. So this is good contact here. I like this. Molitor, I like that you see that this guy slants away and you take a step to readjust to get there. Okay, our pat level is decent. We are underneath them. We could be a little bit lower. Okay. Mosman, I love your steps. Okay. I love this if you got this foot down into the ground. I love if you were a little bit lower on the hip. Okay. I love to see you down there. But this is good contact, guys. This is where we want to be with our hips. Okay. But now this guy is going away. He's not threatening anybody. If he came downhill into your gap, Molitor, then that's where you'd go off and block him. But if he's just running away like this, No, both of you should not be coming off. Now look who's making the tackle. You just ruined a perfectly good double team here. Okay. If he doesn't threaten your gap, you don't need to come off. Okay, Bert, your first step's a little, it's not too bad. It's just I'd love to see it if your second step, you came back to try to get in front of him. And Max, it'd be great if we can get that third down step a little bit quicker because look, you don't have anything to post on. I'd love to see you go 1, 2, 3 and get that third foot down because you didn't get it down. You notice how it just kind of flails here because we don't get that foot down. It'd be great if we can get that foot down so we can have good contact here. All right, but we don't get hip to hip, so that's why he's able to get penetration here. Also, it'd help if we were a little bit lower. This is good here. Both of us could be lower though still. We're both too high, but we do a good job just driving him straight back. And we're being patient and not coming off because the linebacker hasn't decided where he wants to go yet. This is a perfect image of what we should do if the linebacker does not threaten our gaps. If the linebacker does not threaten one of our gaps, we just stay patient and we stay on the double team here, and we drive it straight back. Okay, foot fire, foot fire. You just got to foot fire your feet. Boom, 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 boom. We take too big of a first step and then we're lunging and losing our feet. Okay. You need to foot fire your feet. You got to be faster with it. Okay. I'll stop there and I'll come back to this in a little bit.